We're in. We're in. Okay. Good morning, world. Coach Chamberlain here, Coaching 101 podcast. I'm joined by Mark Bridges, the star athlete of the Ace Sports team. Starting quarterback, Mark Bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Doing good things. Hey, we are at the Texas High School Coach Association Coach School. I believe the nation's biggest clinic for high school coaches.
Yeah.
In San Antonio, Texas, at the beautiful something Gonzalez Convention Center. Is it Henry B?
Henry B.
Henry B. Gonzalez.
Yeah, lives
coaching.
on.
Yeah, we're going to be live all day long, coming right here at this booth with this beautiful board. Look, you need a board like this, you holler at us, we'll get you one put in.
That's right. It's not very expensive. It's a piece of cake.
Piece of cake, we'll get one knocked out. Mark, talk to me about Ace Sports, man. We're here representing the team. Oh, if you need a protein shake on a stick, we're there with them as well. Same booth. Yeah. Come by, get a snack, get a board, raise funds. It's going to be great.
That's
talk to me
right.
about some Ace Sports, man. I know we've been on here before, but people forgot.
Ace Sports, we are a video board, scoreboard company that contracts stadium, arena, any sport venue where you are in the market for a new scoreboard, but do not buy a flip phone any longer and buy that smartphone is what we say in a cheesy way, but in all seriousness, that's what's happening. There's a transition in the nation of schools buying into the bigger vision.
Yep.
Letting the local community and some of our national players that have branches in those areas pay for the board. And there's a process involved. And it's not just that. It's a lot of ways to skin a cat, and there's a lot of ways to raise money, and there's a lot of ways to pull it off. But what coaches must see is that if their superintendent, CFO, somebody in this market or in their administration that becomes in the market to get a video board, they got to see the bigger vision that, hey, man, this is the only product that we'll ever purchase that pays for itself and will build a revenue stream and a revenue platform over a next 15, 20-year ROI. Yeah. All right, nothing else out there is going to do that. I'm sorry. And I think that is what's critical to see, and that's what we're about, to help this podcast and those coaches to, just help them see the vision with us, and then get us in a meeting.
Seeing the vision's a very, very large part of it, and I don't know that you'll never understand the whole thing until you have that meeting. I sat with Jason, the owner of the company, last night.
Yes.
We went out and had some dinner, and he reminded me of a point that I've never sold on the podcast, and this is from manufacturing to all of any services you need, install, the programming, everything. It's just, we're here from field to table, if you want farm to table, for this video board for your school, and there's not anybody else there doing that. We're gonna build the machine.
Yep.
We're gonna get in and help you fundraise to buy the machine, and we're gonna keep you up on the machine. What is it, 10-year warranty? I believe.
10-year warranty. Yeah, we're very unique in the industry.
Nobody else is doing that, and there's people out there that are taking percentages. There's lots of companies are doing lots of things to try to put these boards up. There's nobody doing it like Ace Sports is doing.
No, they're not. And we can wear that on our sleeve with pride and just say, hey, we're the only manufacturing video board company in America that turnkeys every aspect of it. I love that, man. I love that. And here's what happened. If we could morph everyone that's ever listened to this podcast and every coach in America into a meeting with Coach Phil Blue, who is a 38 years of coaching and being an AD in Texas, who is extremely connected. And they are discovering that we've never met a firm. This is what people call the Mecca, the heaven of what we do. And they're like, so no, say that again. You do it all, and there's no middleman, And even if some of our top 1 or 2 competitors in America, they third-party service, and there's some finger pointing going on there, or they'll sub this out, or they'll be a distributor. And I know coaches, if you're listening, I know this stuff is really important when you nail down what company you're going to trust and buy into, and that matters for your soup. That matters for your maintenance guy. He will fall in love with us.
Listen, when you walk into a meeting and you tell them that, like, hey, when that diode goes out or that chip or whatever it is, something's going to go wrong. That's technology. That's technology.
Right.
Things go bad. When was the last time your phone had to have a hard restart and you bought that from Apple?
You need oil change all the time for a vehicle. You're going to have
when
to
that goes
have
out
service.
And you call a guy and he says, hey, I had to call a guy who had to call another guy. Now you're a month out of getting your board going. Or do you want Ace Sports to have, when the truck shows up, they've got every part they need. We're going to service it. It's us. We're not third partying it. It's all in house, man. It's like you can't beat that. And I know it's kind of a gloom and doom to think about, like, when the thing goes wrong, but things go wrong. Right?
They go
all
wrong.
The time.
Well, and this is we have a simple question. You want to buy a 5-year product or a 10-year product?
That's a really good point.
Let's just cut to the chase. And here's what's going to happen. Schools and coaches, some of you are going to be ADs one day and maybe move up in administration world, and you're going to have to make a decision based on trusting that moment with that sales rep or that contractor or architect or whomever, and you're like, okay, I want to ask this question. I want to ask this question. You know, is that really what you're going to do for me? And I'm telling you, we're in a very greedy, shady industry where there may be a few out there who are like, man, I got to get a sale. I'm under pressure, and I got to cut a corner to win here. All right, cut your corners, but we'll fly into Texas where they're in phase 3 in this industry in some schools, believe it or not. Some schools don't even have a video board and will never maybe even get one. And these guys are so far ahead of the curve, and they know all about what we're talking about. And these ADs are, man, they are Sherlock Holmes in that meeting. They're putting that magnifying glass.
But
that's
it
what
don't
you
matter.
want.
Like,
That's what you want.
Bring the magnifying glass,
they've
right?
been burnt.
Yeah.
We've got one competitor that's now no longer in the industry. Their 10-year warranty was a partnership, a handshake.
Yeah.
And we've been to several schools. Like, hey, man, we got this big board here, but in year 4, we couldn't service it like we wanted to. You're in trouble. Yeah. So, anyways,
we don't want to start this morning just thinking about all the bad, but bad things are going to happen.
Well,
and
we
that's
haven't
what it is.
discussed that. We haven't discussed that part.
No, we've not at all. And that's why I want to bring it up. When I talked to Jason about it last night, and just listened to him tell me why his boards are better. Right? You always want that why. Why Ace Sports over? There's competitors here. Google them if you need to. We're not going to bring them up on the podcast, but why Ace Sports? And he laid it out very, very clear. Like, look, man, we started this as I tried to do what they're doing. I tried to third-party everything. Crap don't work.
Well, and think about it. Jason and I were talking about this earlier, the owner of our company, and we were telling an AD here who's been burnt. He came to the booth and said, hey, can you help me? Of course we can. We've heard that question many times.
Right.
He said, why do you buy a vehicle? Why do you buy a vehicle from a certain car dealership?
Right.
All right, start thinking about, we have a connection, a friend, whatever. You keep going back to that same. But he says, what about the ones who say, I tell you what, you buy from us, we'll wash your car every day for free. We'll do free oil changes.
Right.
All right, we'll do some extra services that are not happening in other car dealerships. Well, that's what sets us apart. We're going to do all that we promise in regards to the product side of it and the service and install and all that. But we're adding a fundraising element here that is substantial, over the $40 million mark now, coming up on a 10-year anniversary with that.
Yeah,
and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 10 years into something that exploded for us, and we didn't know. We just had a vision, a dream, and God, I hope we sure can pull some revenue in, and if not, we're going to burn a bridge right off the bat with these 2 or 3 schools.
Right.
And what we didn't see is that banners, revenue streams, athletic directors just did not have a bigger vision to really do it like a, Texas A&M,
right,
or in Alabama or University of Arkansas, in our backyard, and those firms, they hire a general manager like me to come lead the ship, and we'll bring you on board, and we'll have a marketer and have a tech guy, and their number one goal in those big dog universities is to hunt revenue. Go get money so we can solidify hardware purchases. And I'm telling you, it's not like we're inventing something new. It's just, it had never been figured out at the high school level because of the fear of it not being able to raise money.
It's a money game at a non-money location, right? We're all living off whatever the tax dollars give your school most of the time, and then how are we going to get this $200,000, $300,000 scoreboard? Oh, you want to put up a nice scoreboard, but you don't understand what comes in with that, right?
Well, and there's a lot of coaches that may be listening in now. They may be, you're not going to do that in my hometown. They may be cynical a little bit. Well, we just we can't pull from anything. I mean, we got turned down over and over and over again from schools where we knew data had already started to come into place, and we're like, you're saying something that's not true. I said, you put us in a lunch. We do this for a living.
Right.
Let's cater in a lunch. Let's bring in 3 to 5 who could cut a big check if they wanted to. Yep. Don't tell me they're not in your hometown. Oh, their parents work somewhere. There's some way to make this work. You know, there's vendors that your school cut checks to all the time. Hey, put that list in our hand.
Yeah.
And they've never given that school a dime, and hey, you may want to change gears and do business with someone. So that's when we get into, there's a lot of avenues here that they haven't really thought through.
We'll close that with this, and we'll move. I think we've got a coach coming on here in just top of the hour-ish. I think we're just past 9 o'clock, but listen to Kenny Simpson talk about what bank does your school do business with, and what does that bank owe you? Because you've given them your service for years. They've been managing probably every account. They probably got your football, your booster club, your primary account, your school. They're making money off your money, but they ain't giving you nothing back. You might even give them a free banner because they're the bank that you're doing business with.
Right.
It's time to go back and make
all
those things work for
and
you.
many of them do give. Okay, those banks give. All right, but you got to put pressure, like at the university level and a pro level. Go, let's sit down and have a big boy meeting. It's no longer just me and Johnny's. We've been hanging out for 20, 30 years. I'm gonna do bank business with you. No, this is a bigger vision now. School choice, wanting to build a brand, grow an athletic program. As parents are going to move to some of those hot places.
Yep.
They're looking for that coach to turn the community around, who's a go get them. And then what you don't need is a district administrator from a superintendent standpoint or a board to go, they're just kind of like, well, it won't work here. You're already sunk. So you've got to have that camaraderie, that synergy. And banks are top 5. They're usually number 1, number 2, car dealership, but let's. Sometimes a manufacturing facility. Sometimes, they got something in the backyard, oil, hello, or we're surrounded by it here. But sometimes there's a few players that really haven't bought in, haven't given yet to the school. That's been our strength. Let's do a consolidated effort here, and let's just scan this entire community. And I guarantee you haven't knocked on every single door whether someone owns a company or a business. I guarantee you. And we hired interns one time to prove a point. And we had people from the tanning salon coming in on a package. The what? A tanning salon? Well, what we didn't know is that entrepreneur owned 3 other avenues there for us to pull from.
Yep.
And they wanted to brand the tanning salon. That's
right.
And Jason Offit, our owner, said, you got money from a tanning salon? And then a local library gave us money, and I'm like, well, wait a second. And that was back when we were getting started. So it's a lot.
It's there's no closed roads, right?
Yeah.
Like all roads lead to Midas, baby.
Yeah.
Call Mark or email mark.bridges@acesports.com. Common spelling on all those names. You can hit me up in the DMs if you want. Just get a hold of us, man. Let Ace Sports come work for you because
they can text me.
Yeah,
I'll give them my cell number.
Let's get
I don't mind because we really want you to see this vision with us and hang on to my cell number because I've been chasing the school for 9 years. And they finally did something. Finally.
What's your number, Mark?
501-909-9173. That's 501-909-9173. And we will take care of the Kenny Simpson movement, the Daniel Chamberlain movement here on this podcast.
It's an entire movement.
That's right. It is. It's growing, and we're excited to be at the largest show in America. So,
Mark, appreciate you, man. We're going to kick it off with the coach here in just a minute, guys. If y'all are listening live at home, number 1, you missed out. If you're not at this clinic, this thing is a bad dude.
Hey, if you're from another state, come in.
Yeah, they don't care. You don't have to.
Man, there's so many colleges here.
So much stuff going on.
Yes. Yeah.
Steve Sarkeesian came down and had a conversation with somebody in our booth yesterday.
Just hung out with him.
Just hanging out. Yeah. So we're going to try to steal a few big-time interviews today. But the bigger time interviews, the high school coaches should be on around 9, 10, 11. We're going to push something top of the hour every hour. That's the plan. We'll see how things.
My next segment now, we're going to talk football. Okay.
That's right. You're going to come on at, we'll have Mark on at 3 o'clock, and he's talking ball. The triple option out of the slot tee.
I love it.
We'll get you and Coach Bush on.
Hey, when I sit in on the Kenny Simpson clinics, I'm around other coaches, and it's hilarious because I'm learning to at least dialogue better.
There we go.
And it's fun because, you know what, in all sincerity, and coaches, if you're listening, man, it's Kenny, he's just really good at what he does.
He's good people.
Very humble. Very humble.
Very humble. He's. Y'all know.
I love it.
Y'all know.
I love it.
I'm gonna sit here and
I love it. No,
give
I
him
just
a pet. I
want to reiterate that though, man. I think that matters. That goes a long way.
Absolutely. All right, coaches, we're going to jump off here. We'll be back as soon as we get the other coach hooked up to the headsets here, or the mic. Appreciate you guys for listening in. acesports.com, Mark.Bridges at Ace Sports. He gave you his number there a moment ago.
Yeah.
Holler at us. Let's get you set up with the, I call it the cheat code of fundraising, and I still believe it.
That's right.
That's
we'll
what
make
it is.
Happen, man.
Cheat coding your fundraising. All right, appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon.